Hey guys, welcome back. So excited. I'm so excited. I've been hard wondering where to go to.
Yeah, she's
so
like
excited.
on the roller coaster.
These are my two roomies.
Hey.
Ariel and Allison. So today we're just gonna talk about different topics that girls usually don't agree on and see how we see them or how we agree on them. The first one is new additions to the clique.
I feel like it takes a while
It does.
to add someone into
Yeah, because especially if you all already know each other and this is like a person that like you individually just met, it's hard to like just throw them into because everybody's so tight knitted already.
Yeah,
so
I feel like there's like legit auditions. Like they'd be like, "Did you see how she acted that one time? Like you like
how did
that?"
she react to this?
Or how do you feel if we just took her here and not there?
Yeah.
Or how do you feel like we hang out with her, but it's still just us? So I feel like for me, I want to be like, oh, we love everybody, we want to include, but I feel like really when it's like your close friends, especially with me not like feeling like I can be super close to girls and stuff, I feel like it's just like no, I just don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm. And it's like certain people are different. Like when you have like two sets of friends and you don't combine them because that's just not okay. Like because they don't mix unless they like have mutual friends within that friend group. But if it's just like two completely like my home friends and then my college friends, it's like
unless y'all have like the right vibe. I feel like everything goes with vibe.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to add it, you don't.
It's like everybody has to have the same like relationship. Like we all have the same relationship together, so we all have to like her a lot.
Yeah.
And like I just feel like the odds of that happening is rare to bring someone in. But if you do find somebody like that, I think it's just like letting them hang out with you here and there, and also one-on-one, and really just seeing how you like them individually. Does everybody? I don't know. And I feel like it shouldn't be that hard to like let somebody be your friend.
But I feel like we're just like so used to the people that we're always with. It's like
and girls
build
can be so
that trust.
picky.
exactly.
Yeah.
So many things could go wrong.
Especially with girls.
And then
guys is like
and like I mean
I mean,
they're
they
either
can
like
get messy too.
they're either like nah, he gotta go, he's not coming, or like I mean you can hang out with us if you want. But it's not that serious.
Guys are more straightforward. Us girls, we have to like.
And like I feel like guys show their true colors right away. With girls, it's like layers to them. Like it's layers, and it's like why wasn't that coming up before? Like you showing.
Why did you go tell Marissa when you could have just came to me and it could have been squad? That's the one thing. Like girls are so like naturally messy and fake, and I'm not excluding myself. I mean, I like to say I'm not messy and fake, but you know, like just in general, like cool. And I feel like that's a general like consensus with most females.
It's just we have this like guard up when it comes to other girls,
Because girls are so mean.
Yeah, they are.
Next. Okay, so how do we feel about like splitting things? For examples like checks, appetizers, gifts that you're getting for someone, things like that.
I mean, I like splitting stuff. Like
I know Ariel definitely likes splitting stuff.
I like splitting stuff.
I'm a splitter, I guess. But if you buy something, it's my turn to buy it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
My thing is, and you know, I'm probably gonna tell myself with it right now, but like, so when you have a friend, like obviously you don't mind, you're not like keeping track of like I did this much and you did that much. It really doesn't matter because you love them hopefully, and you don't care. But like when it comes to stuff like groceries. Like, we can split it, that's fine, because we all live together, obviously. Yeah. But it's like, if I came to the store to get, like, 5 things, but you want to, like, you want to fill up the refrigerator, like, I didn't really agree with that.
Yeah, it has to be, like...
so, you know what I mean? So now
it has to be, like, an agreement.
Yeah.
Because, like, what if I'm not in the, like, same financial situation as you, and you just trying to blow a bag, and I don't have a bag. So it's
like, I came here to spend $20.
I just need some shampoo.
Check out $120.
No.
As far as, like, restaurants and stuff like that, appetizers, I don't mind splitting, but I just don't, like, if we're getting an appetizer, it's like, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like it's not that crucial. Yeah.
So, because if I ordered the appetizer, that means I could originally pay for it. So it's like, I could take the appetizer or I could split it.
Yeah.
It's really not that, like, crucial, like you said.
I think all in all, I'm okay with splitting as long as, like, you're your intention isn't to like split with me so you can get the easier bargain. Like I'm willing to split even if it's not completely equal, or I'll just take it. So
yeah. I don't think I've ever split anything. I've only split it if like we're sharing food. Gotcha. Other than that, I don't think anybody's like, hey, you want to pay for this and I'll pay for this. I don't think I've done that in a
I don't
restaurant.
think we do it like me and like, for example, me and Trent, when we go out to eat on Thursdays, like we don't do it by like item. Like we just, it's the total, and then at the end, like after the tip and everything, then we just split that down the middle. So it's like no matter, regardless of what I ordered, if my plate was like $4 more, if his plate was like $5 more, it's always like split down the middle.
And also I know another thing, I feel like especially with Allison, like we'll eat and it's like if I pay for it, she'll like tip.
Yeah.
And obviously that's not equal, but it doesn't matter, you know. It's just like
it's just like different stuff. Like if we go to the movies, you get the tickets and I get the snacks. Obviously they're not going to be the same price.
Snacks more.
Yeah, exactly.
Food is more in general. But yeah. So guys, whenever y'all take somebody to the movie, like you can get the snacks. Maybe you should get the snacks.
I'm like, paying for this $5 ticket. Like we
get student discounts and I'm paying $20 for some popcorn and soda.
I feel like the term like if I invite you somewhere I'm paying gets like mixed up, because like sometimes I'm inviting you but it's not like, you know what I mean, like I'm not trying to pay for the whole thing.
Like there's ways you can phrase it.
Yeah.
So like, hey, you want to go with me to the store?
Yeah.
Or you want to go with me to eat here?
It has to be like justified.
Yeah.
It's like not every invitation is just like I'm trying to spend all my money on you. Like,
yeah.
So it just gets mixed up. Like
I feel like unless I say, hey, you want to come do this with me, I got you. Like that's the only reason you should think I'm in.
Yeah.
If I say like I got it.
Other than that, we're two grown adults.
I don't ever assume. I'm just like, I'm always taking my money.
I understand that. We had this friend our freshman year of high school or of college, and she was real into the whole like leaving her wallet at home on first dates because she just assumed that the guy was gonna pay for her. I was like, girl, you gonna be stuck.
For real.
I will say for us, I think at least in this apartment, it's like if I invite you to go somewhere with me, that means that I'm driving.
Yeah.
That's what that means. Unless we're like, do you want to drive or do? Like me and Allie drive to work, so it's kind of just like obviously we're gonna go with each other, so it's like who's gonna drive? Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely one.
I think that's all three of us. Yeah.
That's an unspoken rule.
How do you feel about guys with beards? Because honestly, I've never seen like two girls with real beards.
I feel like I like facial hair if it's like all the way there, like all or nothing, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you said
all the way.
We don't want to see you trying to grow.
Like okay, like the little chin strap is okay.
No,
as long
like
as it's
when it's
full.
like just Anthony Hamilton before he.
That's what I'm saying. Like
that was not it.
And then I also feel like sometimes though, like beards can hide like facial structure. So it's like beards can like make you look like a certain way, and that's whenever it like doesn't look good. But other than that, like I love facial hair.
Okay.
Men with beards are extremely attractive, but I've never dated one with a beard, so I don't know how it would feel with like a beard next to my face, touching my face. Yeah.
I think it's all about like maintenance. Like if you can't keep up with your stuff, you gotta go.
So you say it's extremely attractive. Do you mean like the whole shebang?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Like the whole shebang, or like the shadow, or whatever. Like just a clean.
It don't gotta be. It can either be like long or it can be short. I personally like them better when they're like cut and like short. Those look the best.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, what's his face? The dude. I'm not gonna remember him, but I'll put a picture so y'all know what I'm talking about. He's cute. But I feel like it just gotta be symmetrical. Like, for example, you know when they have like the beards here, but then it's like going down here. Like, we don't need Santa. But then also, we don't need the short and then the leprechaun either. It's just, beards are so... I like the whole goatee thing.
I think goatees.
The mustache with the goatee. And you know what? I think what y'all were saying with the like lower, like it's just shaved down and it's not. I just feel like once I can braid that thing.
And like when they go and get haircuts and it's like lined up and clean.
I really like the like beard into the like nothing into the sideburn. Like that looks
that's
good.
nice.
It need to be half an inch shorter from you. I just
that's so
too
long.
I just like grabbing faces, and if I can't grab your face because you have hair in the way, like I'm gonna be so sad.
You can still grab his face.
I know, but it's not. I guess I'm the one of the group that doesn't like them the most, but I can take them. I guess we just all like our own type.
Yeah.
Allie over here like the whole forest. Okay. How do y'all feel about the whole like feminist movement where like women can do everything that men can do and they should be goal driven? Because you know how like it used to be like the men should be the breadwinner of the house? Like I don't think that's like really the thing anymore. So like how do y'all feel about that?
I feel like you should definitely keep some things traditional. So like I wouldn't mind if my husband was the breadwinner, because I mean that's your like superiority type thing. But like if I'm gonna make my money, I'm gonna make my money too.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with making your own money. I feel like men think that like because women want to make their own money that we're trying to be like independent and without them, and it's just like at the end of the day, if we're married, it's both of our money. It's just multiple sources of income. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
And I was gonna say, like, with the whole equality, I can do what a man can do. I think that comes into play whenever, like, we're being independent and being, you know, by ourselves. Because I feel like we can submit to a man, like our husband.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with submission.
Exactly. No. But, like, when it comes to just us by ourselves or being individuals, like, we have to carry on our own.
But for me, I think the whole, don't come from my neck, but I think the whole, like, feminist thing for the women who are like really extreme about it, like you know how you were saying like I can still do my own thing and like still like, you know, let my husband like be the head of the household or whatever. I think the women who are like, I don't need a man, I can do this,
when it's like,
and I'm like, okay sis, I guess you don't, but like that's not like do you want to be alone? Like we're not meant to be alone, you know what I'm saying? And I think I agree with like the traditional thing, and I think I can lean that way more so. Like I'd rather, you know, have a husband who's gonna lead me and, you know, do those things and you know, I can do the things like care for the kid. I'm supposed to be women are nurturing, like, you know, I want to do that part and I want you to lead me, and like you don't have to be the breadwinner, but you know, like I want you to feel like you're doing something. I don't want my husband to feel like he can't do anything because I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it's not, I'm not saying that girls can't do anything, like, you know, go start a business, do something, like, you know. I feel like even on campus right now in college, like I can feel so pressured to feel like I need to be here and I need to be there and I need to be doing things and people need to see me and like I need to be known and I need to do all this because like that's what is like pressured from the world on me. And I feel like, what if that's not my style? Like granted, I love being social and I love being out there and stuff like that, but it's like if you're not the president of 3 different orgs or something like that, then it's like you're not
doing anything.
You know what I mean? Like, and I just think it's so like either you're crazy about it or like you're just against it. And I'm like, why can't I sit here and like, you know? So okay.
How do y'all feel whenever it comes to play with like the hyphen and taking your husband's last name? Because some people would like, well, I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
So I'm keep my last name and then.
I used to want to be a psychiatrist, and I would tell myself like, if I ever did go into like my own practice, I'd probably practice under my last name just because like I did that. You know what I mean? Like, and I love my husband. Don't get me wrong, but I can always hyphen it. Like, and that's just how I feel about it. But with everything else, like, I wouldn't go under like that name.
I don't think in any circumstance would I want to hyphen my name. I think I'll just take over whatever it was, unless it's like Wapakuchi or something like that. I'm just kidding. But I don't think I would ever want to hyphen my name. I mean, I don't have any ties to my last name or anything like that.
I don't think I would hyphen my last name. Just because, like you said, like I don't have any ties to my last name. And so whoever my husband is, I hope I like my last name.
What would you say y'all's biggest regret is?
That's hard.
It is.
I think I have mine pretty much on deck. I think for me, my biggest regret is having sex ever So I think that no, for me, I think that now that's something that I really like cherish and wish I wouldn't have done, so that way it could be saved for whoever it's supposed to be saved for. But now that I did, I just think that the meaning of it for me is just like lower than it should be, and it's, you know, supposed to be a special thing, and I was just, I don't know, I feel like I kind of messed that up for myself, and I feel like out of all things, that's like something that like I can't get back.
True.
So I think that's one of my biggest regrets in life as a whole. Not to be too deep.
I'm gonna be vague with my answer.
Okay.
I would say doing things out of being hurt. So like, you know, there was a point in my life where I was hurt, and then you know how girls cut their hair, get you know, dyed, nose pierced, freaking, all that stuff.
Mine is definitely like spending my like teenage years always in a relationship. Like I was in a relationship from like 8th grade, like basically all the way up until now, with like maybe like a year break in between. So it's like I never got the chance to be like
Alone.
a teenager, you know what I mean? To figure it out.
That's so important. Like being alone and like finding who you are and like the things that you want and like focusing on yourself. Cause like once you're in a relationship, I feel like for me, if I get into a relationship, it's because I wanted to go somewhere, not just because I want to be with somebody at the time. So if you get into a relationship, then you hopefully plan on not being single again, or else you wouldn't be in the relationship, I'm assuming. So it's like, value that time alone, like really get to know who you are, and if you never got that, it's really gonna suck. Doing what you want to do when you want to do it. You're not having to consider anybody else.
There's no, like, it's literally just you by yourself. And you're not accountable for anybody else.
Like, do I want to go get food? I don't gotta ask nobody if they want food too. You crazy.
That relationship money is.
You mean all my money goes to me? What?
I was a clown in high school.
You were a clown?
Girl. Everybody was trying to talk to me, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll get that. Oh, he's just my friend. I never dated anybody.
I just got too serious too young. I wouldn't say I was always in relationships all the time, but I was definitely in and out. But I definitely do think I got that time. Even now, I'm just refocusing myself on valuing my time alone. Even in the talking stage, y'all, if you're talking to somebody, you are still single. Mentally, you might not be single because, you know, you're like, oh, I'm talking to him, and you might claim him or whatever, but you're still single, and like, enjoy that time. So how long do y'all, like, does the talking stage last for y'all?
With certain people, like, I do not want to be talking to you for more than probably like 4 or 5 months, like, because if we don't know what we're doing by the 4 or 5 month mark, then we know we ever gonna know. And why are you dragging it on so long? Like,
I think ideally people would like to talk for 2 weeks and then date and just see how it goes. But I feel like in that situation, you don't know who you're really dating. When you do that, you're learning who that person is as you're dating them, and so when you realize that y'all are meant to be, now you gotta break up. So you just got into a relationship and got out of one.
I don't know if I have a time frame. It's definitely not like 2 weeks in a month. It's easier for me to like just cut you off if you say something inappropriate,
crazy.
You know how like back in the day, they didn't say, oh, we're talking, you know?
Yeah,
they just went on dates.
Yeah, people mistake the talking stage, and it's like, oh, we just, like, there's certain things we don't do because we're just talking. It's like, why? Like, if you're getting in a potential relationship, go on dates, like, be intimate, do all those things that you need to do to get it out. Like,
that you would do.
That you know. Like, definitely, like, talking stages are the time to, like, spend the night, see how you want to be with this person in the morning. So it's like,
don't spend the night with me, though.
Stuff like that.
I learned from the Crosby Show. I don't know if that's still controversial topic right now.
Cosby.
I think talking in our stage is really what dating is, right? So you go on dates and everything, and you're what is it called? Courted. Is that what it's called?
Courting.
You're courting, the courting stage. That's our talking stage today, but you know that's how it really should be. You should be taking each other out on dates and getting to know each other and doing the things that you would do in a relationship or hope to keep doing in a relationship and see how that goes. And then the dating stage for us is being in a relationship.
It's when we get like real serious. Like the talking stage, we just touch the surface.
We call that dating, but really that's not dating. Now we're going steady. Does that make sense?
Like we're in a relationship.
Yeah. So we need to go back to the dating each other and then going steady. Because I feel like in the dating, you have that intimate time, like you were saying, where you sit down at a restaurant and you have nothing to talk about but to get to know each other rather than being on FaceTime and looking at ceilings and not saying anything. Because you can spend so much time around each other when you're talking, but none of it is like intentional. Yeah. You know what I mean? But when you're dating and you're literally courting each other, like everything's intentional, and you're not around each other all the time because you're not in a relationship and you're not married. So I think we get too much in the beginning, and then we're like, oh, like now I'm tired of this person because I've been around them so much, I don't like them. When honestly, you're not supposed to be around homeboy every day till y'all married.
Like even though you're in a relationship, y'all are two separate people. Until you get married is when you come together as one. So it's like marriage is that like serious step because we live together, we share the same bills, we this is our house, we live, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like marriage, you are one person. But like we're too young to be doing that right now.
I'm 20 years old.
I am not basing my schedule around you. Like.
And I think that, you know, it's supposed to be a build-up. You know, like when you think about getting engaged, it's like the most exciting time other than your wedding or having kids or whatever. That can be one of the most exciting times of your life. And I feel like it's supposed to build up from going steady to dating. You're supposed to be excited to see this person while you're going steady, going on. And then when you get engaged, you're excited. And then when you're married and you're together every day, that's when you're like, okay, I'm around him every day. Like, okay, give me patience, Jesus, because now it's hard. Like, please tell me somebody who has a husband and says their husband is never with them. Because that's how it's supposed to go. But now that you're under a covenant, those problems are going to be handled and they're going to be okay because now you are in a position where you're both willing to work those things out. But I feel like now we jump there without the marriage and everything. And so now it's like, I'm annoyed with you here, so I'm just going to jump out because it's not locked. And so now I'm going to go in and go out. And it's really hurting us when you think about it, because now we're getting into these, you know, permanent type relationships, and we're jumping out of it when we're only supposed to do that once. There's just so many major parts that are left out to a successful relationship. It's definitely a lot that we leave out in this generation to do it right, and then you wonder why girls are like blank a blank.
It doesn't make any sense because like you can go from saying like, oh, blank a blank to like, oh, this is my baby. Like if we're married, I would never tell my husband that he is not, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, don't be with somebody that you even have that thought of that he's not the person that you want to be with.
I think that we miss the part of figuring out who you need to be a good partner. Because they're like,
oh, a partnership, like it's not.
You need, like, they're like, I want my guy to have this and this and that, and he need to have patience.
Like, girl,
but are you impatient to work with? You know,
what do you have?
It's like you need to build yourself up for that.
And it goes a lot with like expressing how you feel, because sometimes it can be scary, and it's like, well, I don't want to hurt them, I don't want to hurt myself.
And vulnerability can be one of the best things when you like accept it, but it's like also you can't just be vulnerable with everybody. You have to find who's trustworthy of holding that vulnerability. But once you find a safe place where you can be vulnerable, it's just relieving. So that was our talk. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys liked the video. Let me know if you want to see them back on the channel. Don't forget to like, please subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.